One happy Thursday and welcome to this edition of The Matrix. I'm so happy to see you today on primal4k.com. I want to take a moment to say Lion Core was great. Heard you loud and clear, Daddy Lion. Keep the mission going. Okay, we'll see if I join you with it. I just have to understand more about what it is. Wink, wink. So we have with us today, and my mom is not here. You know she's on the vineyard, guys, vacationing. So just give her a hi. But we have today two beautiful entrepreneurs, two beautiful women in health and wellness that are here to really continue the education. That's what we'd like to do on Primal, to bring our diaspora up to speed, to the pulse of what is really good for them, and to do it with intention. So we have two beautiful women here today. We have Miss Ciera and we have Miss Joy Love. How are you both?
Very well.
Great.
Good. Very glad to see you. Very glad to welcome you to the Primal family today. There's a lot going on with you guys. Before we begin, because there's a lot to unpack and the audience is really excited to hear, what your passion is, your purpose is, your goals, what you have to teach. But let's start with, our names really say a lot about us and who we are. And we tend to embody, the meaning of our names in a special way. So let's start with Ciera. Your name on the book is, we'll get to the book, but it's Ciera Speaks.
Yes. So Ciera Speaks comes from my background in poetry and writing, creative writing. Mm-hmm. And I feel as though one of my purposes here on earth is to use my words to bring forth healing, because your words are truly powerful.
They are. Absolutely. So you utilize your voice, and that is the gift, one of the very many gifts that you utilize. So you wanted it to be part of your name to be able to emphasize that gift. Okay. And Joy Love. Now, we can go on and on. We could do a whole show about those two names.
Yes.
So tell us, how does that embody who you are?
It embodies me in terms of wherever you go, wherever I go, I bring my light. And I let my light shine, and I bring the joy from within.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Did your journey, both of you, in spiritual goodness and health and wellness, help to create those two names? Did they help for you to find your voice, Ciera, and for you to find that special part of you, to your light and your energy? Are they connected?
Yes. Way I would say Ciera Speaks, that since I was a child. I started doing my poetry. I have another name recently came to me in a dream, which is Mother Quest. Now that name is more so when I'm doing performances, because I also do spoken word and now getting into music. So, and that's definitely connected to my spiritual journey, my spiritual elevation, I would say.
Okay, excellent. And what about you, Joy?
Well, definitely, I go by Vegan Vixen. That is my wellness name that came to me when I was fasting. And I wanted a name that was straight to the point and that embodied an outspoken woman. And that's what a vixen is to me.
Yes.
It means to other people.
Yes.
But to me, it means being outspoken about my journey. And the term vegan, we know that has a broad range, but for me, it definitely means, of course, no animal products or any meat at all. But it's more than that. It's being empowered by fruits and vegetables, and allowing that to heal you and let your light shine.
Wow, excellent. I cannot wait to dive deeper into that. So I want to welcome everybody who is watching us on primal4k.com, everybody who is watching us on our live stream on Facebook. Welcome. So let's talk about, tell us what you're drinking, what both of you are drinking.
We are having apple juice, fresh pressed apple juice.
It's so refreshing.
I'm so jealous. I have water. It's so boring. Oh my goodness.
I have some fresh pressed juice for you. This is my divine royalty. I will get this to you. It has cabbage, apples, lemon, and lime.
Wow. Thank you so much in advance. I cannot wait to receive it. I cannot wait. And I'll definitely do a taste test and get dramatic and let everybody see what I'm drinking. Because of course they want it too. So we'll have to tell them by the end of the show where they can order your products. So what are some of the benefits? This isn't no Mott's apple juice. What are some of the benefits that are in the juice that you're drinking right now?
I'm so glad that you asked. Even though it's just apples, it's so important that everyone is aware of the benefits of all the food that you put into your body.
Yeah.
So even if you're having processed foods, read the paragraph of ingredients. Okay?
Yeah. Yes.
And even though words you cannot pronounce, look them up.
I'm telling you, good advice. Good advice.
And even when it comes to apples, look up the benefits. It has all of the minerals. The magnesium, the potassium, the zinc, the iron. That's what we're really drinking. We use the term apples, but we have minerals right here.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And we know that the minerals is what the cells need to empower the tissues, the organs, and the entire body.
Excellent. Excellent. And how have you been feeling since you've been a vegan now for how long?
Listen, I love that question because it's a journey.
Yeah.
So since I was little, I'll be honest with you, I've always was grossed out over dead flesh.
Wow. Okay. So it's just something internal that always was there. Interesting.
It was always there, but as I became a teenager, I did make the decision to start my vegetarian life. And it's a journey. So I've had ebbs and flows where I've picked up the meat, put down the meat.
Wow.
And it wasn't until in the last 3 years, I really made a conscious decision to allow Mother Nature, by way of the fruits, the veggies, the herbs, the roots, to heal my body.
Yes, yes.
And when I saw results that I didn't expect to happen, I began to share the world.
Can you talk about one of the many results that you did not expect to happen, just to kind of give people some excitement if they are hoping to change one thing? What are one of the benefits that you were like, oh my gosh, I didn't expect this to happen? Was it clearer skin? Was it a brighter smile? Was it more energy? More sexual energy? Was it?
I know. Listen, all the benefits are running through my head right now, right? But one that really surprised me was my mood.
Really?
Yes. When I realized how zen and in touch with nature I became, it also explained why people who eat meat are a little
all them hormones and fear.
Are they growling? They're growling like the meat eaters that they eat. Are they growling the same way as the meat that they are eating?
Well, that's part of the education piece is that when the animals, and we have to, it sounds gross, but if we're going to speak about healing and food, we have to be real.
That's right.
When the animals are being slaughtered, do you think they're happy or sad?
Absolutely. They're sad, and we're eating that energy, that fear.
And what about their life quality when they are in the farm or in the,
oh my gosh,
whatever they keep them in?
Yeah. Well, in this country, they're not treated well at all. We know that in this country. Absolutely not.
And then we're in an information age. Everyone can do a search and know that when an animal or a human being is feeling a certain way, you release hormones through your body. That's common knowledge. And so if the animal is releasing those hormones and then you are eating it, what you think is going to happen? So it has an effect on us as well.
Absolutely.
So that's like 1 + 1 is 2. It's simple.
Yes.
And so if you want your mood to be one with nature, it's so vital that you stay close to nature.
Yeah, you respect nature. That is so well said. I didn't think of it in such a deep way. And I think if more of us took the time to do that, we would be able to come to that realization. So it impacts your mood. And so many of us are dealing with people take mood stabilizers to change what they could be doing with food, and then hormonal things as well. There are little girls 6 and 7 who are growing breasts because they're eating the meats of these animals that have the hormone-induced growth hormone, the growth hormones in order to mass produce.
That again.
So
the boys too, unfortunately.
Boys?
It affects them too. And products like soy as well.
Mm-hmm. Wow, we're gonna dive in today. So, okay, we're just gonna go back and forth. We're gonna ebb and flow between the two of you because what you guys have decided to do is partner together. So we have an author, Ciera, yes, shoulder bump, an author of Yummy Fruit of the Spirit. I just ordered mine today. I'm a little late.
Oh, thank you.
I just ordered mine today. I cannot wait to have it. Tell me about this labor of your love and why does this book need to be in existence? Why?
So I started writing the book last year after I had a year. And I started writing it because I wanted to find a way to teach my own kids. I have 2 kids. I have a 1-year-old son and a 5-year-old daughter. And I wanted to find a way to teach them about the fruits of the Spirit from Galatians 5, which is love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control. And I just feel like they should know it. And it's, you're never too young to learn those type of attributes.
Absolutely.
So I just felt that this was a creative way to showcase that. And I wrote the book in such a way where it's very engaging with, the parent and the child.
Mm-hmm. How does it help the parent and the child engage as far as how you wrote that? Like, what does it evoke for both of them?
So, for example, for one, in the very beginning of the book, I posed a question. I'm going to just give this part away. Do you like yummy fruits? What's your favorite fruit to eat? Kids love talking about what they love and what they don't love.
Yes.
So when I tested this book out with my children, with my daughter and my different, my nephew, my cousins, they all wanted, I love mangoes, I love grapes, I love apples, and the conversation goes on and on. So that's right there, it encourages them to eat more fruits. While I'm teaching them about the fruits of the Spirit. Mm-hmm. And then at the very end, we asked them, how did you share? No, hold up, 1 second. We asked them, well, now that you know about the fruits of the Spirit, which one would you share with the world today? And which one would you share tomorrow? So now it gets them thinking about their interactions during the day and how to show love, joy, peace. And throughout the book, I'm just breaking it down in a way that the child will understand.
Yes. Wow. It's a really are you still talking? You froze for a minute. I don't want to cut you off.
Okay,
there you go. Does it encourage, it encourages conversation between a parent and a child. It encourages the parent to buy more nutritious food because a child will hold their parent accountable. What are we reading this book for if you're still going to be bringing me McDonald's every 5 minutes? You know what I'm saying? And so I like the fact that you're empowering both a parent and a child to change together if they, in fact, needed to, kind of increase their fruits in their diet. How do you meld, or how do you combine the fruits of the Spirit with the fruits that they actually take in? Like how the blessing of the spirituality in combination with nutrition?
For sure. Well, our mind, body, and spirit is all in one. When one area is lacking, the other areas will be. So for example, say you eat like a really big greasy meal right before bed or during lunchtime. Well, now you're feeling sluggish. Now all you feel like doing is laying around. You don't have the energy that the fruits and vegetables will give you. So you're kind of depleting yourself.
Absolutely.
And I do want to point out one line real fast.
Please.
Okay. So this is at the end of the fruit of the Spirit gives you spiritual wealth. The fruits that you eat give you physical health. Both types are important and will help you to live an awesome life. So we need those together.
Yes, we do. Oh my goodness. And who are these? Can you talk about what this page embodies? The artwork is beautiful too.
Oh, thank you.
Yes.
three little beautiful girls enjoying some fruit and showing love, sharing love.
Awesome. That's what we need to do. These kids need to share. I thought that was the page. Can you show us the page about you guys? Your partnership? Oh, that's the same one. Gotcha.
Right. Let's tell the audience about what we plan on doing.
Oh, yeah. Please. Our partnership, yes. Mm-hmm. But first of all, when it comes to yummy fruits of the spirit, Ciera is going to read this book to the audience. She's going to sign the book. And while they're enjoying their whole book fruit experience about the fruits of the spirit and nature's fresh fruits, they're going to receive fresh juice. So this is for anyone, for a client, for any event. If you want us to show up at your bookstore, at any type of location where you are, congregation, absolutely. We definitely want to come to the congregations to share Galatians 5:22 and 23 and provide fresh juices. We want to feed the spirit and the body.
Amen. Amen. Wow. I mean, who could say no to that? There's so many possibilities in my mind, just like the ones that you mentioned, and I'm sure people will be contacting you. I just wanted to read you a couple of things in the chat. People are giving you much love. We have Jeb in the building. Good evening. We have Peace Lady, who, remember you ladies, I was telling you that we have a show dedicated to health and nutrition that comes on every other Tuesday called Sweet Life Solutions, hosted by 3 different women. And one of the women is in the chat today, bigging you up, saying, fresh pressed juice, that's what I'm talking about, high nutrition. And she also says, I'm so glad to see so many young people eating and promoting healthy plant-based eating, because she was essentially the one who introduced our audience to vegan eating, or the vegan way of life, and that it's more than just not eating meat. And I love the way that you guys are incorporating just more of that in the conversation. Hey, Q, what's going on? Horace's daughter's in the place as well. Music Man says, who are these tasty ladies? Oh, yeah, I think, well, they might be a little fruitylicious today, aren't they? Mr. Flirt, hello. And we have, let's see, Horace's daughter says, congratulations on publishing such a good and worthy text. And I definitely agree. Yes, congratulations. So you started reading it last year. You started writing it last year. Wow, that's quite an accomplishment to have 2 children and to publish your own book. What have you been doing with the book locally thus far? Have you been able to do any book fairs or anything, like any seminars, health and wellness activities?
Well, I would say this is my first outreach, because I just published it last Friday. So, yes. But it's downloading, it's coming.
Yes, absolutely.
Local schools, churches, anyone who would have us.
This is the debut. Yeah.
Yes, this is the debut. So this is step 1 of more to come. So we'll have to have you back in 6 months to talk about more of what the journey has opened up for you. Because like you said, this is just the beginning. The book is so beautiful. It captures your eye right away with the color, the detail, and the message. Do you think that the schools, being that there's a separation of church and state, do you feel like the schools will help you with this message, or do you think they would shy away from it because, it's about the Bible? What do you think?
Well, I feel like it will depend on which city I go to, because some are more liberal. And I feel like in today's day and age, it's very open.
I hope so.
Right now. And I also feel as though, I can, there are certain ways you can spread messages without being overtly spiritual. It's all about how you tailor your words using wisdom.
Absolutely. Whatever the audience needs. Yes.
And you know what? There's so many private schools. So you're not in the box.
Yes.
There are lots of Christian schools. There's lots of alternative schools, charter schools that will welcome spiritual information as well as information.
Right. Absolutely. Absolutely.
The public school is not on board. The public school have parents, and the parents can make a decision in their home to have the information.
Yes. Yes. I love, sorry. No. Go ahead. You're fine. You were starting to cut off on.
Churches, it's a church on every block in cities, have schools and daycares.
That's right. That's right. Plenty of different ways to market and to share the information. Absolutely. Oh, I lost them. They will be right back. Are you guys still there? Okay, there you go. All right. So we're back. I was going to ask you something before so feedback so far from your friends and family, Ciera, on the book. Are they showing it to their children? Are they, it only just came up, but what about the feedback thus far?
For sure. I've been receiving great feedback. They're saying that their kids love it. It's keeping the kids engaged. And even I've had parents, and not just parents, but adults because I basically, before I went live with the book, I shared it with a private team to get their feedback. And so they all were saying things like, this was a great review for them, even knowing the different fruits of the Spirit.
Excellent. It's great to have a focus group. Yes.
I want to admit that I purchased this book, and just because it was for children and easy read, that doesn't mean anything. There are adults who are filled with the Spirit. There are adults who love, the source and who are into their religion.
Yes.
And sometimes the correlation between nature and a higher being gets lost. And this is an awesome reminder. Oh, yes.
There's a big story behind this. I won't go into it because we'll still be here. Go ahead.
Beautiful, beautiful.
Thank you. Thank you.
Passion for all animals. So
Me too.
It's beautiful.
Yes.
So with this, it's a reminder for adults as well. And it shows you the scripture. If you're into the ancient texts and the scriptures and you're into your temple, this is what this book is all about.
Wow. I love how you sell that book. You know what? You really are gifted and seriously, you're gifted and really promoting all of the benefits that are in those pages. And I feel it. And when you really believe something, it translates, it comes across, and I believe every single word, and I can't wait to get my hands on that book. I can't wait. I want to learn more about those. I haven't read that passage in the Bible probably, and I don't know how. So I would like to just dive back in, and see what this means for me.
And I appreciate everything you said, Queen Naima, Empress Naima. I will tell you this, though. Absolutely. I will tell you this.
Yes.
Going back to what you said earlier, and you asked me about my name and what it exudes.
Yes.
It's wellness first and business second for me.
Yes.
So I don't have to sell this book. I live spirit and wellness. It's a combination.
Absolutely. You don't need to sell. That's what I'm saying. It's like it embodies everything that you're saying. So when I say you're selling, I mean you're presenting in such a way that it exudes.
I love it.
That's exactly. And when you love something, you really, it's like when we love ourselves, we kind of sell ourselves. We sell what we're doing, what we're about, our passion, our focus. It's the same. Yeah. What's that jar? Jar right there?
Into that, but I want to say one last thing. It was so cohesive. To my surprise, I did not know Ciera was working on this book. So I'm caught off guard at someone that I admire, her talent. And when she says, "Oh, I wrote a book," excuse me, I've been talking to you for quite some time, and she's so intelligent and so meek, but yet powerful.
Yes.
And I had no idea what the book was about. And when I read it, I'm like, this is me. What are you talking about?
Right.
Yes. Yeah.
And so that's part of my excitement, that someone with intelligence and creativity was able to embody all that I live.
Absolutely. The synergy between you guys and the chemistry between you guys speaks volumes, and what you'll be able to do linking all of it, body, mind, spirit, soul. I mean, it's going to be powerful. I can see you guys running the circuit, doing the book tour all over the country. Yes, with everything.
Let's to that. I see the circuit as well.
Yeah, might as well. Let me toast to you with you guys. All right. To you, manifesting all of the success. Yes. And the empowerment and betterment of our people, because there's lots that we need to learn. I would like to get that book in the hands of older adults who are the ones who seem like they can't change their diets, or, they're too rigid in their ways and they want to live longer, but they might be caught in older ways of eating. I would like to see them be changed by this book and by your juicing.
I'm glad that you brought that up. And there's several ways and several things we need to keep in mind. I see that you're a little frozen. I wonder if you can see us.
You're frozen too. So, but we can still see you. So it's fine. And we can hear you. That's the most, yes.
As long as we can hear. So that goes to what you said, what is in my hand? Mm-hmm. So it's a few things briefly that when a person that is older who've been eating meat, and I don't want to use that term meat because it sounds benign, dead flesh, okay?
Flesh.
When someone has been deceased flesh for umpteen years, 30s, 40s, 50s, and beyond, and they find it hard to stop, yet they're having health issues, you have to keep in mind, is there something behind that? The craving that you have, where is that coming from? So that you are willing to sacrifice your health, your well-being in your life. Yes. That's what needs to be researched. And it doesn't take long to educate oneself. You have to take a moment to say, this craving is coming from somewhere. Yeah. And so what I'm holding up is sea moss. Okay.
Oh, I thought so. I love sea moss. Yeah.
And so I make sea moss gel.
Excellent.
And I put blue spirulina in it because I like to add an extra layer of nutrients. Okay. And I add lemon and spring water. Those are the only ingredients.
Lemon and what? Spring water?
Correct.
Okay. Wow.
And this is key because it helps flush out your colon. And keeping your microbiome in balance is what's going to help control your cravings.
Ah, look at that. See? Okay.
So there is a correlation between cleaning up your gut and having cravings.
Yes, yes. It makes sense. It makes total sense when you explain it. Can you explain for those, I've had sea moss before, but of course we know there's different flavors and all of that. Can you describe how yours tastes so that people can,
Right. So this one is the apple sea moss. That's why it is brown, of course. And I keep it frozen because I like it super fresh for myself.
Okay.
And so for people who don't know what sea moss is, you can take my word for it, or you can definitely, please search it. Search everything you put in your body.
Yes.
It's a plant that grows in the sea. And when I get it, it's dry. I clean it, I soak it, I blend it. And I blend this one with fresh pressed apples and cinnamon. And not only is it delicious, but the sea moss has many benefits. Yes, it cures constipation. I mean, it's going to clean out that colon. That's what sea moss does.
Yeah. Excellent.
All right. And it provides a level of energy throughout the day that is obvious.
Right.
Wow. I think everybody needs a dose of that.
It makes coffee look weird. It's like,
really?
Coffee?
Just have a spoonful of this. And that's
correct.
It.
Because that caffeine has a backlash. Everybody knows about the crash.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely.
Sea moss doesn't do that.
Every chemical has a consequence. Every single chemical has a consequence. And
we know that the body has 102 minerals.
Okay. So wow.
Sea moss has 92 of those minerals
Really? Really? That's so amazing. It's like, is that considered a superfood?
Absolutely a superfood.
Wow.
Absolutely. And it's a supplement. So no, it's not a dessert. No, it's not supposed to taste good. I mean,
right.
It tastes
That's
like the
ocean.
Yes,
it does. It does.
So when I actually bought this one, right? So when I first said, "Ooh, it's brown," you would think when you taste it, when you get it, don't get me wrong, it's very good, delicious. But like she said, it's not a dessert. But I was sure eating it like it was.
Wow.
I'd rather have a powdered, processed vitamin that you purchased that has been sitting on the shelf, or would you rather have a live plant that's been dried and infused with fresh pressed juices, layers of nutrients?
Yeah. I would rather have yours because, for one thing, those powdered vitamins, we don't know how our bodies are absorbing them. Sometimes they don't absorb it. People are wasting money on a lot of these vitamins that their bodies can't even absorb. I need a jar of that. So I'll be What's your email address for the chat again?
I am vegan Vixen at gmail.com.
Okay.
I will say, just as a little side note, it's a little embarrassing sometimes, but it's obvious. A lot of people will tell you CMOS increases libido.
What? No, you're going to just have to tell us out loud. You know what? We've heard everything on Primal. We've gotten down to some deep stuff. So you could just tell us, what is it?
It increases libido.
Oh, libido. We talk about sex all the time. Sex is a healthy, natural occurrence, and we want people to have more healthy sex. So if this can help you with that, we want to know all the benefits. We want to know them all. So that's great. So people, I'm sure, are ordering it even faster right now. That's awesome. And I'm thinking of another benefit. We were talking about, you guys bringing the juices and the book to the schools earlier. And one of you mentioned alternative schools. Alternative schools really need alternative ways to help educate those children that they are literally throwing away, giving them all kinds of diagnoses that some of them don't even have, attributing behaviors to them that are rooted in trauma, but yet they're not thinking about that. They're just thinking, oh, they're a bad kid. Some of what you're talking about can help change mindset, can help change the way the brain processes dopamine, all of those things you're talking about right here. And then the spirit, what she's talking about in the book, bringing spirituality back into the heart, into the home. It's a beautiful combination that you guys are embarking upon.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Like the main thing that we all need right now, like I feel is the foundation is love. And when you first read it, it says the first attribute you see is love. Yeah. Yeah. Self-love. And when we're eating these healthy fruits and vegetables come from the earth, that is a form of self-love, because we are honoring our temples, and that is one of the commandments, to honor your temples. Yes. Absolutely true.
I love that.
I say. So, Joy, you are a life coach. Can you tell us how and what, when people call you, are they looking for ways to love themselves more? As she was talking about self-love, it really does start with love. What are they looking for when they call you for the most part?
Very good. So when people contact me through my email, we book a consultation. And the first thing that I need to know is, what is your intention? What is the goal? Once you can identify what your goal is, you can start working toward that. And I use different modalities. So regardless of or where you're coming from or what you're trying to do, an internal elevation, physical elevation, there's a T for it. There is an exercise for it. There is diaphragmatic breathing for it.
Wow.
There are affirmations for it. So there are different levels of healing we are going to embark to get you to a place where you see yourself better.
Ooh, yes. Are you going to write a book? Are you writing a book?
I'm in the process right now with my mentor.
Okay, that's awesome. Oh my goodness, this is a match made in heaven. Congratulations on everything that you're embarking upon and the future impact that this is going to have. Wow. So we talked about a little bit before you said you've been a vegan since you were a little girl, basically. Before, I don't know when the word vegan came out, but you've always, go ahead.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. When I was a little girl, the vegan wasn't out.
Yeah.
When I was a teenager, I used the term vegetarian.
Yes. Okay? Yes.
So,
yes.
And here's the thing I want the world to know. Don't get stuck on the label. Okay. Just because I call my business and myself Vegan Vixen, it's just a label. I am a person that uses fruits and vegetables and herbs to elevate and nourish my body and my mind and my soul.
Right.
So the title doesn't matter. Okay.
Absolutely.
And so when I was a teenager, I was trying vegetarianism, and I want to tell the world this too. Start where you are. I didn't know anyone in my family who didn't eat meat. I didn't know any friends, growing up in Brooklyn, New York. I didn't know anybody who was into that. I just knew in myself that I have compassion for animals.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. As I went through my journey of up and down, because life goes like this, ebbs and flows.
It does. Yeah.
Okay. So just because you call yourself plant-based or vegan or whatever, and you slip up or you change your mind, it's okay. Right? Please keep in mind, it wasn't until just 3 years ago to where I said, let's see, and you have to be your own experiment. The body is talking. The question is, are you listening? So when my body said, listen here, you eating this processed plant-based food, you're doing this, you're doing that, and you have headaches, this, that, and the third, you have migraines, you've had CAT scans, and they can't see anything, but yet you're in pain. And the doctors say you're iron and they call you anemic, this, that, and the third. A lot of women are going through that. So to turn it all around, I said, let me try Mother Nature.
Yes.
And when I buckled down and said, I'm going to really embrace healing on another level, I was surprised at the change, because I said, if this don't work, I'm going back to eating flesh.
Right.
Because that's all, it was easy sometimes, but you can make plant-based life easy. Sometimes you need a coach, and sometimes you need planning. It takes a while to get the hang of it a little bit. I will be honest, to know how to budget. Some people say, oh, it costs too much to eat healthy, but there's a way.
Absolutely. There's a way. Yeah, there's a way in which, and those same people are getting value meals multiple times a week. They don't understand that their money is going away. It's just, or the takeout that they get every weekend. It's a balance, and it's a change up. No one's saying you have to, only eat either organic fruits and vegetables, right? Or do you? Because that is the more expensive route. But I know my mother only eats organic fruits and vegetables. But do you believe that you have to do that in order to have supreme nutrition? Wait a minute, we can't hear you right now. Your audio just changed. Let's see. Can you hear me? Okay, I can't hear you guys right now. Something happened with the audio. No. Oh, that's odd. You want to Let's try, we might have to leave and come back. I don't know what happened to the,
that.
Here we go.
Things. There's a lot
Here we go.
No, I don't think.
Yes, here we go.
So no, I don't believe that you have to have organic, and it's more than just a belief. I did the experiment on myself. I did the experiment on my children, especially my oldest daughter. We do a combination. Certain fruits and certain veggies are better organic, and certain ones are not. At the end of the day, the controversy, if you will, with organic, you will see that you're healing and you're feeling well, even with the non-organic food at your local supermarket. Is it the best and the highest? Maybe, maybe not. But guess what? If you are eliminating well, you have energy, and you get your lab work. Let's just clarify and make sure you have some receipts. Go get work done to you doing anything. And that's one of the things that I encourage with my clients. We're going to take some lab work. You to your local laboratory, have your doctor,
very good,
a baseline.
Yes.
And take your blood pressure, of course, your weight, just to see what changes have been made, so we can have some receipts on this.
There you go. I love that, because there are people who they want to stick to their meat so badly. I mean, we're human, and we do like food is a comfort. Food is attributed to culture. Food is attributed to love. Food is attributed to so many things, joy, sadness, for a lot of different people. So for those who are like, I'm not giving up my meat, and they're hearing your rhetoric, what I don't want them to do is say, oh, see, that wouldn't work for me. Like already thinking of the excuses, because you're talking about the receipts. There's actual changes that will occur. It's not just somebody talking out of their hat, because we do have a lot of people who just talk and we don't know what the outcomes are. We don't know what the final results are. We don't know the benefits, the risks. And yet you're right here telling everybody. And that's why I did ask that question. Since you've been doing this for what you said from the last 3, well, there's levels to this. So it's been a journey, right? But these last 3 years has really, really shown you, your level of commitment and discipline. And like Ciera was saying, I think actually it was both of you, utilizing and treating your vessel as a temple, and that self-love aspect is what you demonstrate. So if I was your client, how can I not follow and believe what you're teaching me, because you are yourself practicing it? We need to see more in our community practice what they preach. We really, truly do. We can make mistakes, like you said, but to get back up and keep going,
I agree with everything you said 1,000%. I also want to add this. Even though Ciera's book is scripture-based,
yes,
for those who are not into scripture so much, know that your body is like a ship, and you are the captain. Okay?
Tell
know that our body has a microbiome, meaning you have other living organisms within your body, but you are the one in control.
Yeah.
And that's important, because even if you can't relate to life and health and wellness on a spiritual level, from a scientific level, know that there are things going on in your body. What are you going to feed it?
Right.
Are you going to be conscious, feed it light, electricity from nature's sun and soil, or will you partake in deceased flesh?
What you said.
You got it.
A few weeks ago, this analogy came to me. Our cells within us, we have a community within us. And like she said, we're the captain of that community. And those cells are working for us. So when you feel lonely, you're not really alone, because you have millions, trillions of cells within you that really they're living. They have a mind of their own, right? So you have to look at them as your employees in a sense.
Yeah.
Are you gonna feed your employees high value or low value? So after a while, if you're working somewhere and you're working hard to keep the engine going, right?
Yes.
And you're not being paid what you're worth. What are you going to do? You may strike, you may put up with it. Our bodies are so diligent, and they will keep you. They'll do what they can do until they can't do no more. But after a while, it may just quit.
They might mutate, and then you end up with cancer or some other autoimmune disease that are caused by these radicals and such. I love those analogies. Like, if you don't get it, y'all, come on. That analogy broke it all the way down. Beautiful job with that analogy. Do you guys grow any of your own produce, any of your own fruits, any of your own vegetables? And if you don't, would you like to?
I'm learning. I had a zucchini plant, but I really need to learn how to develop a green thumb. So
me too. Me too. I'm in that club. What about you, Joy?
I have a garden, and nice. I am looking for help.
You're looking for help? You know,
I am looking for help.
We had so the show yesterday that I'm mentioning again, Sweet Life Solutions. She actually was on camera with her garden. She has corn in her garden, stalks of corn actually in her garden. She lives in Georgia. A beautiful garden with an array of different fruits and vegetables and herbs. So maybe I can put you in contact with her.
I would love that. Right now,
perfect.
I'm struggling. So I have squash. I have watermelon seeds I put down. I have potatoes. So they nice. Are budding. I see flowers, but no fruit.
Okay, well, it's coming. It's coming. Everything in this time, just like this collaboration, this partnership bloomed. I'm sure that garden will too. Absolutely. How do you... Well, as far as goals for the future, you did talk about some collaborations that you want to do. What would you say for someone who wanted to walk into your shoes, in a sense, who wanted to start a business? How hard is it? What struggles, challenges have you faced? And what are some of the rewards that you maybe didn't expect? This is a question for both of you.
Okay, so I would say compare yourself. Don't compare your journey to, I think that's the key. And again, that goes back to self-love. You have to really evaluate what are your gifts and talents are. Start there. And like I said, don't compare your journey. Take your time. Do what you can do. Mm-hmm. Don't worry about what you can't, what you don't have. Just do what you can do. Use what you have. And then find the resources that will help you.
Yes. Excellent advice. Enjoy.
I love that, because you need to find your passion. And that's part of the consultations that I do. Find what you would get up in the middle of the night to do without getting paid. That's a $1 trillion question. Wow. What would you do for free is what you need to do for a business. Do your passion first and let the money follow you. And it will. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And that's a challenge every day. Let's put on the table.
I get it.
Yes. But when you know it's your calling, that's a whole different ball game.
Yes, absolutely. I agree. And what a comfort to walk in your purpose. What a comfort. So we have Peace Lady in the chat saying, I love the analogies the sister is giving. Truth is, most of us believe the way we do about food because commercial food marketing has indoctrinated us. We are in the same frequency, so we can definitely work together. So she is going to connect with you. Okay.
Awesome.
This is awesome. Yes, me too. Me too. All love. And Debs asked about the colon cleansing routine. So it was basically, can you repeat? She wanted to know as far as the CMOS, how do you go about that? Is it just 1 tablespoon a day? Just pretty much keeps you. I'll let you talk. Sorry. Go ahead.
No, I appreciate your question. And a lot of people have that question. And it goes back to knowing yourself and knowing your body and listening to your body. Mm-hmm. So yes, you can start off with 1 tablespoon a day. And there are several ways you can take it per day. You can just straight up. Ciera's a trooper. She likes to eat about a jar. I'm like, Ciera, you're going to be on the toilet. TMI. But we love the toilet because we want our bodies to eliminate.
Yes.
So get your bathroom out and together because you're spending time.
You're going to be in there. That's a good thing. Yes.
Way.
Yes.
Straight up, or I do mine as much sea moss as I make, as much sea moss as I take. I do it in a tea. I'm a tea drinker. I drink tea all day because I like it.
Yeah.
And I use certain teas to do certain things to my body.
Oh, and we need a part 2.
Yeah, that's the key with knowing and being in tune with Mother Nature. Certain fruits and veggies will do certain things to you and for you and with you.
Yes.
So I take mine with tea. I take a tablespoon or 2, depending how I'm feeling.
Okay.
Well, I wouldn't say take more than 2 tablespoons a day. 2 tablespoons is sufficient. So you can do it straight up. You can do it in a tea. Or some people like it for post-workout recovery. It's great.
Oh, nice.
Workout in your smoothie.
Nice. Okay. So many different ways you can use that. And it looks good. I'm going to, like I said, I can't wait to order it. I love the smell. It really feels like it's so fresh, you know? I love it.
It is fresh. Absolutely. Absolutely.
What grounds both of you? What is one thing that grounds you?
Just one thing.
You know what? Yes.
Okay.
You can name whatever grounds you.
Okay. Singing and dancing. It just helps to move. And like if I'm feeling nervous, it helps to move energy. And also I like to put my feet in the grass and literally ground. Me too. That relaxes me.
Very good. I'm getting ready to do that right after the show. I kid you not. Right after the show. Yes. That's beautiful. What about you, Joy?
I want to tell you something. Knowing yourself is so key. And sometimes you may not conceptualize how or why it's helpful to you because you don't see the link. I just recently learned that, and maybe I should have known this, but when water is flowing, it releases ions in the atmosphere that change your aura, your energy, your mood. And I've always known a shower always gets me together. And I didn't see that as grounding. I didn't have the words for it. And that's key because no matter what someone tells you should do, no matter what you've read, you got to take a step back to say what feels right. And sometimes you may not know why or how, just do it, right?
Just do it. Follow. Yeah. You're the expert on you. You're the expert on you.
Your inner self, your higher self.
Amen.
So
Amen.
A shower grounds me.
Yeah. Yeah. Until today, I didn't know that was the term for me either. I love showers in that because the water, it always somehow sparks some kind of dimension of thinking that I wasn't thinking about before. Even washing dishes. I'm not going to sit up here and say I love washing dishes, but the water, you start to think, you start to create in your mind, you start to innovate.
I thought it was just me.
I thought it was just me. Seriously.
I'm washing dishes and I'm like, wow, a thought came to me.
Yeah.
My whole perception, I'm getting information, what I call a download, just by having water around me.
Wow. I had no idea of the ions or anything like that. Thank you for really painting that scientific picture of what is really happening. It's nice to know when you're a part of something. So you're a small part of something bigger and it's happening to you and with you, that's a beautiful concept. Wow. I wanted to ask about Ciera, your jewelry. Are you going to implement this into this business? Because I'm wearing your ring right here. Your beautiful cowrie ring. Yes.
Thank you. Yeah. I am. I'm working on some new collections and I really I'm taking a step back to really learn how I can incorporate healing frequencies with my jewelry. So that's what we're working on now.
Oh, wow. That's going to be deep. Really deep. Yeah. So you guys I could see you having a table of different crystals that benefit a certain chakra or change, help with anxiety whereas, Joy is doing the same things with her juices. And it's just a metaphysical match really made in heaven, the two of you.
Thank you. Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Wow.
And it's important for everyone to know that it's okay to use different modalities. That's crucial. And I just want to say something that's a little bit off topic at this moment. You mentioned it earlier, but my heart is being pulled in a certain way right now.
Please.
We're soon going to be embarking on back to school in just a few weeks.
Stay with them, guys. If you can hear me, you'll have to repeat where you were from back to school. Just give them 1 second to reconnect. Bear with us.
Okay, she's connected.
Welcome, Busy Bee, in the chat. Welcome, welcome.
That was the end of it.
We can hear you now. We can't see you, but at least we can hear. Oh, we're going to see you in a minute, I think. Here we go. We're back. We're back. We have about 2 minutes. We have 2 minutes left. So this hour went by so fast.
It did.
So yeah, let's finish your thought about back to school.
Briefly, it's up to parents to start thinking now. It's not too early. Planning what fresh breakfast can I make for my student, my child. So we're not starting their day off with processed foods. And so that may take planning the night before. It's just one little tidbit. Change one meal for your child, and why not be the first meal? And it will take cut up fruits, a little bit of nuts, some homemade, plant-based milk, something that will be fresh for the child. And you can start thinking now so you can be ready for school.
Yes, that's such great advice. And that is brain food, because when they're leaving home after eating donuts and sugary stuff, the brain utilizes it. You know more than me, how the brain utilizes it. And it really does not. It's more like the crash at the end of the day. And then kids, depending on their level of activity, go ahead. Yes, talk on it, speak on it.
And under just a few seconds, it hurts me when parents are being told that your child has this, your child has this, all these different stigmas. But what a parent can do to take back their power and to heal their children, start with avoiding processed food. It will help your child think, it will help they move.
Absolutely. And it will lower your blood pressure. We were talking about those things earlier. And an adult, stop using, if you shop in the outer two aisles of your store, not the middle aisles, you'll lower your blood pressure like in about maybe a month. Debs agrees with the showering with both of us. Busy Bee is in the chat and says functional medicinal jewelry. I like that, Ciera. What do you think? I like that. Says natural juice is always the best. So again, audience, we just want to thank you for participating and contributing, and most of all, learning and taking the knowledge with you to your family so we can continue to empower, impact our community. Ladies, thank you so much for everything that you've been able to display. We wish you the best, much success on both of your endeavors and your combined effort together. Looking forward to having you back so that we can see what's been going on. Okay. Much love to both of you.
If you want the book for inspiration, you can go to Amazon.com. Just search for Yummy Fruit of the Spirit, Ciera Speaks.
Yes, and her information is in the chat too, guys. So come to primal4k.com and I'll put it on the Facebook page as well. All right, peace. Thank you, ladies. Have a good night. And up next for Jermaine Hard Drive is actually going to be his brother Kyle Tunes from Island Sound is filling in for him tonight from 7 to 9. And then from 9 to 11, we have Daddy Line with the Harder Soul. All right, stay with Primal. Take care. Peace.